Good morning, friends. So we are going to continue our topic on quadratic equation. So which methods have we done so far? We did the first method called the method of factorization or splitting the middle term. Yes? So first let me write down a quadratic equation is which form? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 where a is not equal to 0. So this is the general form of the quadratic equation. Now we have done this before, but first method we used to solve this was the method of factorization or splitting the middle term, and the method we did after that was completing the square method. Okay, now we'll see what happens when we try to solve this general formula, general quadratic equation by completing the square method. So how do we do that? We have got ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now as you can see, the first term is not a perfect square. You can see ax square. If it was a square x square, then we could write it ax the whole square. So if it was a square x square, then we could write it as a perfect square ax the whole square. But this is only ax square. So this first term is not a perfect square. So how will we make it a perfect square? So I will divide everything by a. The left side and the right side both are divided by a. When I divide both of them by a, what do I get? I get x square plus b by ax plus c by a, and 0 by a still remains a 0. So I got x square plus b by x. Okay. Now, how do we find the last term? You remember the formula? So I have got a perfect square, the first term, I have got a second term or the middle term. How do I find the last term? Do you remember the formula we did last time? Last term equal to middle term the whole square upon 4 into first term. So what is the middle term? B by a. So b by a the whole square upon 4 into first term. What is 4 into first term? First term is 1. So we got 1. So we got b square upon a square upon 4, or if I take it into the numerator into 1 upon 4, so I get b square upon 4a square. So to make it a perfect square, the last term is b square plus 4a square. So I will write this as now x square plus b by a x plus b square by 4a square. But since I added this, I will also separate so that b square upon 4a square plus c upon a equal to 0. So what I have done, the first term I kept as a perfect square, the middle term, I used the formula to find out the last term which I did for the perfect square, this. Since I added this, I also subtracted, and c by remains as it is. Now this has become what? A square plus 2ab plus b square. This is b by 2a the whole square. So this becomes x plus b by 2a the whole square. Minus, what I will do here, b square on 4 square, this I will solve by LCM. So I multiply this by 4a, so this becomes 4a square and becomes 4ac. So if I take the minus common outside it, b square minus 4ac upon 4a square equal to 0. So this I get x plus b by 2a the whole square equal to, goes on this side, b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. So now what is the next step we did? So x plus b by 2a is equal to how much? Taking the under root on both sides. Now this is under root b square minus 4ac, and the under root of 4a square is what? 2a, because it is 4a square. So what is the x we get? Implies x is equal to plus ba goes on this side minus b by 2a, okay, And here, because it is the square root, I should put a plus minus. Remember the plus minus, because one will be the positive, one will be negative. So plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, which gives us x is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So this is the formula we will derive. So what do you follow from this? What have you followed from here? That by this method, this is called the quadratic formula. This is the quadratic formula. So I'll write down what we have got. The two roots are x equal to minus b plus under root 4, b square minus 4ac upon 2a is one root, and x equal to minus b minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a is the second root. So quadratic equation has got two roots, and that is what I have derived by completing the square method. Now if you remember, last time I told you b square minus 4ac, I will call it the discriminant d. Some book it is given as d, some book it is given like a triangle, the delta. d is equal to b square minus 4ac, or this delta is equal to b square minus 4ac. This is called the discriminant. If you remember, what is that called? The discriminant. I told you previously. Now d is this, so you can put in the formula. So what you get? X equal to minus b plus under root d upon 2a, or x equal to minus b minus under root d by 2a. Now what do we check? I told you before. You can check the discriminant by taking, what you take the middle term, this is the middle term, b square minus 4ac. What were the three possibilities? You remember? In the last lecture we have done, if this is less than 0, means it is a negative number, and if it is a negative number, the square root of a negative number is not a real root, so we write the root does not exist. So what you will first do is check b square minus 4ac. You have to first check b square minus 4ac. If you get it less than 0, then no real roots exist. If this is 0, then you can imagine if this is 0, this part will get cut off. So the only one root will be there, it will be minus b upon 2a, because this has become 0. So plus 0 or minus 0 we just remove. If this is 0, then the only one root is possible, minus b by 2a. And if it is not 0 but greater than 0, then two real roots are possible. Minus b plus under root d upon 2a, minus b minus under root d upon 2a. So we have done three methods for solving quadratic equation. The first one is which one? It's called the factorization method, or splitting the middle term. The second method we did was completing the square, which we did in the previous lecture. And today we have done the third method. This is called the quadratic formula. So all you have to do is what? In this formula, this is a general formula, you can use it anywhere. What you have to do, first find out d, that is b square minus 4ac. So whenever an equation is given, you will compare the a, b and c and find out the discriminant b square minus 4ac. If it is less than 0, write no real roots exist. If it is equal to 0, you will write x equal to minus b upon 2a. And if it is greater than 0, then you will find the roots by this method. So this is called the quadratic method. Now we will do a few sums to understand this in detail. Now if you remember the previous sum we had done, if you can bring to your mind the previous sum, a person had seen a plot whose area was 528 meters square. Remember this sum? He forgot what was the length and the breadth, but he remembers that the length was 1 meter more than twice the breadth. So if we take the breadth to be x meter, then the length was 2x plus 1 meter. Because he remembered that the breadth, he doesn't know the breadth, but he remembers the length is 1 meter more than twice the breadth. The area is 528, he forgot the length and the breadth. So we had to help him find out the length and the breadth. Now we know length into breadth equal to area. So we have 2x plus 1 into x equal to 528, which gives us 2x square plus x minus 528 equal to 0. So 2x square plus x minus 528 is equal to 0. Now compare and see. What is your A 2? What is the B 1? What is the C 528? So first what will we do? We will find out the D. The discriminant D is equal to B square minus 4AC. B is 1, so 1 square is 1 minus 4. A is how much? 2. And what is C? Minus 528. So minus 528, we get 1 minus minus becomes plus. And we have got 4 2s are 8. 8 into 528. So 528 into 8, 8 8 is 64. 6, 8 2s are 16 and 6 22. 8 5s are 40. 4 2 2 4. So 1 plus 4 2 2 4 equal to 4 2 2 5. And 4225 is greater than 0. Right. So we'll have two roots. Which two roots we'll have? X is equal to minus b plus minus under root d upon 2a. So what is your b? The b is 1. So we'll write minus 1 plus minus under root d. What is the square of 4225? We'll have to do the factorization and find out the square root. The square root of this is 65 upon 2a. What is your a? The a is 2. So 2 2s are we get 4. So now we'll write separately x equal to minus 1 plus 65 upon 4 or x equal to minus 1 minus 65 upon 4. So minus 1 plus 65 is 64 upon 4 or x equal to minus 66 upon 4. So we get x equal to 16 or x equal to, how much is this? Minus 33 by 2. Since the length and breadth cannot be negative, this is not possible. So x equal to 16 is your answer. Now the previous sum which we had done by splitting the middle term, I have done the same sum by using the quadratic formula. So what we did, first we found out the relation and formed an equation, compared the a, b and c and first find out the discriminant. B square minus 4ac and put the values correctly. 1 minus 4 into 2 into minus 528. So we got 4225 is greater than 0. So it will be two real roots. The roots will be minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. So we got the root d is how much? 65. And putting down the values, we got the answer. So remember the names. This method is called the quadratic formula. Okay? Where you need to find the discriminant. So I told you last time why the discriminant is very important. The discriminant will decide whether the sum will have real roots and how many real roots it will have. Okay? Now let us try out one more sum. The sum is find two positive odd integers whose sum of squares is 290. So 290 is 290. Understood the sum? There are two positive odd integers whose sum of squares is 290. Now how do we find the positive odd integer? If your first integer, you take x, first integer equal to x. What will the second integer be? Can you guess? It should be x plus 2. Can you tell me why? If there are just positive integers, consecutive integers, then, so it should be positive consecutive integers. So the consecutive word is missing here. It should be positive odd or positive consecutive odd integers. It means, suppose x is 3. And if I write x plus 1, it becomes 4. 3 is odd, but x plus 1 is 4, that is even. X plus 2 is 5, which is odd. So when you are given positive even or odd integers, when you take x, the other becomes x plus 2. Means you have to leave one, x plus 1, x plus 2. But there are odd integers. So you have to jump the even to reach the odd. So this is what we get. Now what do we have? We are given this sum of their squares. Means you have to first square both the integers, square them, and the sum gives you 290. So this form. Now we'll simplify it further. So we get x square. A plus b the whole square is x square plus 4x plus 4 equal to 290. So we get 2x square plus 4x. 290 bring on this side minus 286 equal to 0. Are you following this? X plus x square, 2x square, 4x. If I take out the 2 common, divide on 2 on both sides, I get x square plus 2x minus 143 equal to 0. I simplified it. How did I simplify? By dividing both sides by 2. 0 by 2 is 0. Now what comes the next part? Finding the d. So d is equal to b square, that is 2 square minus 4ac. A is 1, so 4 into 1, and b is minus 143. So I'll write minus 143. So 2 square is 4, minus minus plus. 143 into 4 is 4 3s are 12, 2, carry 1, 4 4s are 16, 17, carry 1, 4 1s are 4, plus 1 5. I get 576, which is greater than 0. So root d will be how much? It will be 24. So what will we get the roots now? X equal to minus b plus minus root d upon 2a is the formula. So we should get x equal to minus b. So minus 2, first I take plus 24 upon 2a, a is 1, so 2, or x equal to minus 2 minus 24 upon 2. So x equal to 24 minus 2, 22 upon 2, 11, or x equal to minus 26 upon 2, minus 30. Are you following? Minus 2 minus 24 is minus 26, minus 26 upon 2 is minus 30. So x equal to 11 or x equal to minus 13. But we have said positive odd integers, so we will not take minus 13, it will be 11. So the first integer is x, which is given us to be 11. And the second integer will be x plus 2, so 11 plus 2 is 30. So your two positive integers are 11 and 30, and now you can check out 11 square plus 13 square will give you 290. You can check it out. 11 square plus 13 square will give you 290. So what I've used here again, I've used the quadratic formula. Now you have to remember here, a question will be given to you. If the name of the method is not mentioned, you can take the method of your choice. But please read the question carefully. If a method is mentioned, then use that method only. We have done 3 methods. Learn the names first. The factorization or splitting the middle term, completing the square method, and this is called the quadratic formula using the discriminant. Okay. So this is the 3 methods we have done. So I hope you are practicing the sums accordingly. Okay. So now we'll do some direct sums of using this quadratic formula. Now I put 3 sums on the board for you. Given in the book, 3x square minus 5x plus 2 equal to 0, x square plus 4x plus 5 equal to, there are 3 different sums. First step, what will we do is find out the discriminant. So d is equal to, b is minus 5, so minus 5 the whole square plus 4ac, 4 into 3 into 2. Minus 5 the whole square is 25, so not b square is minus, b square minus 4ac, 25, 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24, so minus 24 equal to 1. So d is greater than 0, so we will find 2 positive roots. Are you following? We are writing b square minus 4ac, so b is minus 5 the whole square minus 4 into a into c, so 4ac, we got 25 minus 24 equal to 1. This is greater than 0, so we'll find two real roots. Let us look at d of this one. B square is 4 square minus 4. A is 1 and this is 5. 4 4s are 16. 16 minus 20 is minus 4, less than 0. So we'll write here no real roots exist. Because we got this less than 0, this cannot have real roots. For this one, d is equal to minus 2 root 2, the whole square, minus 4, a is 2, c is 1. So what is this? Root 2 is 2 and 2 square is 4. 4 2s are 8. 8 minus 4 2s are 8 equal to 0. Only one real root exists. So here we have got nothing to do. Here roots will not exist. Minus 4 is less than 0. Here we will see the roots. X is equal to minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. So x is equal to minus b. So we write minus of minus 5. B is minus 5. Don't forget the sign. We write plus. First we'll take the positive root plus d. So we'll write plus 1. And root of 1 is 1 upon 2a. A is 3. So 3 2s are 6. Or x equal to minus of minus 5. Now the minus root d, so minus 1 upon 3 2s are 6. So minus of minus is plus, 5 plus 1 6, 6 upon 6 x equal to 1, or x equal to plus 5 minus 4 upon 6 or 2 upon 3. So here we have x equal to 1 or x equal to 2 upon 3. Here no real roots exist, and here x is equal to minus b upon 2a. Why minus b upon 2a? Either into plus d or minus d, it is 0. So this part will get cut off. All will remain is minus b upon 2a. So what is the minus b? Minus 2 root 2. Sorry, minus of minus 2 root 2 upon 2a. A is 2. So 2 into 2. So we get 2 root 2 upon 4, or 2 ones are 2. And if you solve it further, you get 1 upon root 2 or root 2 upon 2. Either way, this is your answer. So here we have taken 3 sums. So like I tell you, first the equation is given to your quadratic equation. Find out the d. Here d is 1 greater than 0. So 2 roots will exist. Here we got d less than 0. So no real roots exist. And d is equal to 0. So one real root exists. And we have directly found out the answer using the quadratic formula. So now for homework, you will do all the sums. Okay. This lecture is quite small today, but you will do the sum, because in the next lecture we are going to look at special types of problem sums. Okay, you can try out a few problem sums also. Let us try out one and do, and then I can leave the rest to you. This is a sum from the book. I hope you can see the diagram. The question is, the diagonal of a rectangle is 60 more than the shorter side. So I have taken x to be the shorter side. The diagonal is 60 more than the shorter side, and the longer side is 30 more than the shorter side. So I got a rectangle with the shorter side x, the longer side 30 plus x, diagonal 60 plus x. We have to find the two sides. Okay? So what will we do here? What can you observe? Again, understand the question. It is given in the book. The question is, the diagonal of a rectangle is 60 more than the shorter side. So I have taken the shorter side to be x. I have taken the diagonal to be 60 plus x. It is 60 more than the shorter side. The longer side is 30 more than the shorter side. So this is given to us. We are told to find out the two sides. So now what I have got here, I have got a shorter side in the terms of x. I have got the longer side 30 plus x, and I have got the diagonal 60 plus x. So here I will use the Pythagoras theorem, because this is the right angle, right? So I can use the Pythagoras theorem for this triangle. So I got x square plus 30 plus x the whole square, this square plus this square, equal to 60 plus x the whole square. So I get x square plus 900 plus 3 to the 60x plus x square equal to 3600, 60 to 60 is 3600, 120x plus x square. So 1x square I cut on both sides. So x square. Now 120x I bring here. So if I bring the 120x to minus 120, 60 minus 120 is minus 60x. 3600 I bring on this side. So 3600, 900 is minus 2700 equal to 0. So what the problem sum I had, I have drawn the diagram, I have taken the shorter side, we have to write, let the shorter side be x, the diagonal is 60 plus x, longer side is 30 plus x, we reached here. Now what do? We use direct quadratic method. You can solve this by, if the method is not mentioned, you can solve by any method you want, but I am going to continue the quadratic method. So first I will find the d is b square, means minus 60 the whole square, minus 4 into 1 into c, is minus 200. So minus 6 is 3600, minus minus becomes plus, 27 4s are 10800. So I got 14400 is d. Greater than 0, so 2 roots will be there. So what is under root d? Under root d will be 120. The square root of 144 is 120. So the 2 roots are x is equal to minus b, so b 6, so minus 60 plus 120 upon 2a, that is 2, or x equal to minus 60 minus under root d, so minus 120 upon 2. I am not writing the formula, you are supposed to write the formula, right? X equal to minus b plus minus under root d by 2a. So here we have 60 minus 60 plus 120, that is x equal to 180 upon 2 equal to 90, or x equal to minus 60 minus 60 upon 2, that is minus 30. Since it is the length and the breadth of a rectangle, it cannot be negative number, so x equal to 90. So we got, now the sum is not over yet, continue. The shorter side will be how much? 90. So the longer side will be 120. And the diagonal will be 150. Okay? So you need to remember this. So the sides of the rectangle are 90, 120, and the diagonal is 150. Okay? So these are the sums for your practice. You can try out whichever you can, and there are some other sums also. Quite specific sums in this chapter which we will discuss in the next lecture. So you have to now only do the sums which are given. There are sums of age, there are sums of numbers, there are sums of speed of the boat. There are very special sums in this chapter. So we are going to do that. That is the only last part left, the problem sums. Okay, so just now you practice these 3 methods, and you can try one sum with all the 3 methods, because this is for your practice. So you can try all the sums by all the 3 methods. Which 3 methods you have done so far? We have done the factorization method, that is splitting the middle term. We have done completing the square method, and we have done today's method. Today's method is called the quadratic formula. So if the method, you try out all the methods. Now I want you to even see the previous lectures, the splitting the middle term, the factorization. In the second lecture I taught you the completing the square method. So I want you to see all the methods again, revise all the lectures together and compare the methods and practice a few sums on your own. So I'm going to end here. Thank you.